What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So I went ahead and I enchanted some more pieces of armor. My helmet's enchanted, my boots are enchanted. I went ahead and I put Protection 4 and Feather Falling 4 on the boots. And then the chest plate, I put Protection 4 on. And the headpiece, I did put Aqua Affinity and Respiration. Yep, I decided since we got some of these books enchanted previously, I would go ahead and use those enchantments and enchant my armor. So I just set this thing back up to use the rest of the essence that we had to auto-enchant, and we did some more things here. So we got a few more things. Void Touch, no idea what this is. Like, I was trying to look up what these things did, and some of them just aren't listed on the wiki. The Wrecking is used specifically for the crowbar from Railcraft, I believe. I know it says press shift for description. A lot of these say there's no description. Haste 2, this is something that I wanted to put on my boots. Let's see, what else do we got here? I know you can get Haste 3, but we only got Haste 2. So we will just go with that for now. Yeah, we got a few other ones. I think there was more protection. Yeah, we got 2 protection 2s here. I don't know if the protections even do anything for us since we have our Flux Infused Armor where, you know, the durability comes from the power, and yeah, we were basically taking next to no damage before, but I was figuring since we were taking a little bit, maybe the protection will do something. I don't know. Let's grab our anvil again. Yeah, I was doing some enchanting earlier. My levels have gone down pretty good. Okay, so we'll take the 2 protections here and protection 4, cool, and then we'll put haste on our boots. This should make us walk faster, I do believe. So we'll do that. And protection 4 we will put on the pants since this is like the only piece that we don't have enchanted. So we'll do that plus this, or is it the other way like that? Okay, cool. Why is that blue? I don't know. So anyway, so there is our leggings. So this is how fast we walk now. And if we put these on, it's a little faster. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's so fast, but it's a little faster. And I believe that also makes us fly faster too, if I remember correctly. Even though we already fly pretty darn fast, it'd be hard to really tell the difference with just a little added bonus. If we were still using like the older jetpacks, these would make a significant difference. But yeah, our current setup right now, we really don't need to go much faster. But yeah, having the thing where we can walk faster, anyway, that is pretty good. I like that. Okay, cool. So I was trying to figure out what we should be doing at this point in the game. We're kind of waiting right now for the IC2 stuff, the nuclear reactor, to use the fuel so we can get the plutonium out of those fuel rods and make the RTG fuel pellets. RTG, this stuff right here, the pellet of RTG fuel. This stuff right here, we need 3 full plutoniums. We're getting like the tiny piles out of those things. So we need 3 of the full ones, and then we're going to get this. But once we get one of these, we can't use it because we're going to want to copy it. So we have to go into Industrial Craft 2 and make ourselves a scanner. I don't think we're going to do this right now, but this is just going into the future. We're going to have to make a scanner where we can scan that item, and we'll put it onto a crystal memory, and then we'll be able to duplicate that using a replicator, using one of these. I'm just checking the recipe as I'm talking right now, making sure nothing is crazy. I think everything should be fine here. So yeah, we have the replicator here, and this will be able to replicate whatever's on the crystal memory. And then we also have to make UU matter for the replicator to use. So we're going to have to make a mass fabricator. This guy, and that's actually kind of inexpensive for what this thing does. So yeah, mass fabricator will produce UU matter. And that is used in that replicator to replicate whatever we put on the crystal memory that was put on there from the scanner. Okay, so this is where we need to go. And all these things use a lot of power. So pretty much what we need to do right now is increase our power production. Now, we started doing this a little bit over at Spawn. We set up a thing to automatically make Beef Wellingtons. And I went over to Spawn a little while ago, and I replaced the barrel that we had there filling up with the Beef Wellingtons with a deep storage unit. And I just brought this back from Spawn a little bit ago, and we're up to 30,000 of these, so that's quite a lot of power that we have stored up here in these Beef Wellingtons. And we can put these into these culinary generators that we made previously. And I can't remember how much that does. Let's do this. If we click on here, okay, so hovering over this while you're in this interface will tell you, and this says that this makes 60.5 RF a tick, and that generates a total of 152,000 RF. So yeah, what is that, like 8 of those, 7 of those would make like 1 million RF. So we got a lot of RF stored up in the form of food. But this will only last so long. Those machines are going to be using a ridiculous amount of power and constantly using the power. It's not like we're just going to flip it on, flip it off. No, they're going to be going for forever. So we need a way to increase our power production going forward. So I'm thinking, since we had already started down the Beef Wellington path and we kind of have a good grasp on how that all works, maybe we should set up a large scale operation over here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, so let's go outside. Now, if we're going to set up a large scale operation, we are going to want to either do like the max size harvester area or something like that. So mine factory reloaded. So the biggest one is these emeralds, and that's an 11. So that is, it starts at 2, so that's 13. So what is that, like 27 by 27 area? That's pretty big. I don't know if we want to go that big. We want to go pretty big. I don't know if 27 by 27 is what we want to do, though. I mean, that's a huge area. Things that I want to take into consideration, though, is if we do that big of an area and that's around here, is that going to be causing us a lot of lag? Crops are constantly going to be growing. Crops are constantly going to be harvested. Yeah, I don't know. What I was kind of thinking is over here by like this little witch house or whatever this thing is. I guess that's what this is. Yeah, we'd start making an area. Have I been in here? I don't even remember. There's a spruce sapling in there. That's awesome. Yeah, I was thinking we would probably set up a farm over here. And the way we'd do this, we need spinach, mushrooms, wheat, and soybean in order to create all these things. So I'm thinking we'll probably just do like a big crop field and then stack it on top of each other. So we'll have like a crop greenhouse tower kind of a thing. That's the idea. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a harvester. I'm going to make some of these upgrades and just put them in there and use the sledgehammer thing, the precision sledgehammer, to kind of mark out how big of an area we're thinking here. Yeah, I'll do that before I start clear cutting and flattening out the land, because I don't think I want to build it really high off the ground. And there's a lot of trees in the way, and yeah, anyway, so let me go ahead and get some stuff done here, guys. I'll try and mark out as a position and a location, and we'll be back to check it out. All right, guys, so I went and I made myself 4 harvesters in preparation for this, and I made myself the largest size upgrade, the emerald one. Yep, so we got that right here. I made myself an angel block just so we could place this thing in midair, and I placed the harvester on top of it, and inside here we do have that upgrade. So if you hold the precision sledgehammer, it puts out the little border, and you can kind of see what you're looking at. So if we come up a little bit, we can see, you know, how big this is going to be. And, you know, while that is a pretty large area, it doesn't feel like it's super, super large to me, and I think we're going to go with that size. Now, looking at this, it kind of feels like we should scoot it over, I don't know, about 10 blocks this way. And I was looking to see how we're doing with this. I was thinking that was going to ruin this house, but no, we'll be able to slide that over and have it fit pretty nicely in this area, I think. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move it over like 10 blocks. Alright, so we'll punch this. Try and just go in line, so about right here-ish, something like that. Alright, let's grab the upgrade. We'll break this. Stick this guy right there. And let's hold the sledgehammer once again. And we can come up and kind of see where we're at. You know, I think we can even slide it over just a little bit more. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and figure out the correct location where I want this. Try and get that laid out. I don't know if I'm going to flatten the ground or just kind of make like, you know, a little raised platform. It might be like resting on the hill and then on stilts on the other side, or I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, let me go ahead and move this over to the right spot and start building. Okay guys, so I cleared out a decent amount of area here, and yeah, I kind of removed all the trees and started building. So this is the general idea. So we are using the harvester here, and it is this size, so we have this much dirt, so it goes to wherever the harvester can harvest, all the way over here and all the way down there and over. Cool. We want like, you know, 2 or 3 block walkway around the farm in case we need to walk in here, whatever. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Then I want some good solid pillars here. I think 1 single block for how big this area is just doesn't make sense. It might even be better with 3 blocks for the pillars, you know, a 3x3. But yeah, we're going with the 2x2 for like the pillars. And yeah, we're going to have all this farm. So this will be like just soybeans, right? And then we'll have another layer that is just mushrooms, and another layer that is just wheat. I've actually built a couple of layers here. So yeah, that's what we're looking like right now. I didn't put in the harvester right there yet. So yeah, I like the way this is starting to look. It really looks kind of massive. It doesn't look flimsy. But yeah, we wanted to have these vertically stacked. I would have put the top layer on, but I ran out of marble. I literally only have 1 stack plus 9 marble to my name right now, which is not enough to complete another layer. We're doing a marble floor, right? Yeah, I guess the whole thing where the dirt is completely encased in marble, right? And then we put the dirt on there, so it looks like a full marble planter bed or whatever. So yeah, that's the way we are looking right now. I'm gonna have to go farm some more marble. I mean, the stuff isn't super hard to find. Well, I thought that was marble there. Yeah, there's marble right here. I mean, it's not super hard to find. It's in the world gen. I just have to go out and harvest some. I might set up our quarry in the overworld again. It did complete in the Twilight Forest, guys, by the way. Our quarry did complete there, and it looked like it wasn't harvesting anything besides like stone. So I don't think any of these other different types of generation happen other than in the overworld. So we'll never get marble, but from harvesting in the Twilight Forest, which is kind of a problem since I wanted to kind of build out of this stuff in this general area until we move to a different area and do like a different style base later on, maybe, question mark. But yeah, so this is what we're looking like right now. I'm pretty happy with the way this is coming out. I'm just a little not so happy about the fact that I ran out of blocks. But yeah, so the next step is we need to start getting these things. Well, I need to place down water in certain spots, till all the land, get the crops over here. I'm just going to source them from spawn since we already got the 10-10-10s out of all of these things, and then just got to get this thing hooked up so they start making power. I'm thinking this is going to power itself. Like, we were going to make all the things for the Beef Wellingtons here, right? So we'll have like a culinary generator here that's just going to power everything. Just makes sense. And then we'll have a bunch of culinary generators here that's sending power probably on our Tesseract battery in channel. Yeah, I think that's the way this is going to work. So all the power will be generated over here so we don't have to hear the constant humming of those generators. But yeah, guys, let me go ahead and get some more work done here. I'm probably going to try and get some of that marble. Yeah, I'm probably going to try and get this last layer done and get all the things planted here. And then we will be right back. Alright guys, so I spent some time here and I got some crops planted. I went over to spawn and I just used the clippers and I took 3 stacks of clippings from each of the different crops. We got wheat up here, soybean, then we got spinach, and then finally the white mushrooms. Yep, that's what we got going on here. I still haven't farmed any of this marble, so I just decided to lay out regular stone. Then I'll come back through and use the resonant exchanger to switch this all out for the marble, so that won't be too difficult to do. So the way this is set up, we have the harvester here, and I currently have a lever on it, turning this thing off so it's not doing anything. It really feels like these crops lag your game when there's a whole bunch of them, like they're constantly growing and being harvested and things are happening. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's something weird in my computer, but it really feels like things are pretty laggy when it's harvesting. So I have that turned off. Things are going to grow. They're just going to get to like their biggest state, and then we'll worry about having this thing go later. Yeah, it kind of feels like when I've flown from the base over here, maybe this over this way is loaded and everything over that way is not loaded. So I kind of feel like, yeah, most of this stuff will be unloaded when we're at the base. So we won't feel any of this lag if that's what's really causing it. But anyway, yeah, so we have the harvester here. I have that turned off. It's ejecting the items into this chest, and down below we have a transfer node. And inside this transfer node, we have a stack upgrade and a speed upgrade. And that's just sending the items straight down into this chest. And that just goes like that all the way down. And then this bottom chest I have going into some deep stores for right now. We don't have anything hooked up. I am going to put in a bottom floor. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do as far as like our production area. But yeah, we're going to put down a bottom floor. This is where we're going to be generating all of our power. This is where we are going to be making the Beef Wellington. Yep, everything's going to happen down here on the basement. Hey, we got a zombie with a present on his head. Yeah, the power runs up the side, and then the side pipe right here, this is where the sludge is being ejected, and that's just going into a fluids trash can right here. Since we don't really have a way of doing anything with the sludge, I'm just voiding it. These machines slow down when they get sludge built up, and if they get all the way full, they stop working. So that's the thing in MFR that you got to deal with. And instead of making a trash can fluids on every single one of these, I figured we'd run pipe because it might be a point in time where we want to use a sludge and set up a sludge boiler. So yeah, all we'd have to do is break this out and put a tesseract there or whatever. Cool. So that's the way this farm is set up right now. I still got a lot of things to do to it. Like, I need to light it up. We're getting mobs spawning over there. Yeah, I need to light it up. Down below, there's spots that aren't getting enough light because it's not open to the sky. They aren't getting enough light, so things aren't going to be growing. So I need to find out where those specific spots are and get some glowstone in there so they're all lit up. But yeah, I think this is turning out pretty cool. So what I want to do now, let's head over. Let's see. Yeah, I want to set up a quarry so we can get some more of that marble. That's something I want to do. So I was thinking we'd head over to our current quarry in the Twilight Forest here. Yeah, we'll do this. It's a quick run now with our new armor, jetpack, or whatever. Yeah, I thought we'd come over here, check out what this thing did to that hollowed hill, or hollow hill. Yeah, it's very fast to get over here now. So everything looks pretty much the same, right? Yeah, well, that's what happens when you replace dirt with dirt. But yeah, you can see there's some spots down here, like this used to be stone and now is completely dirt. So yeah, all of this stuff has been completely mined out. Well, that looks pretty cool. What's all this? Oh, that must be where one of those guys like threw down TNT or something. But yeah, this is the hollow hill. This is what we're looking like, completely turned to dirt. So that's awesome. I like that. I don't know if there's any reason to be in here at this point. Yeah, I think we've pretty much got everything we wanted out of this thing all the way down to bedrock, right? So I think we can go ahead and leave. We can collect our quarry. Getting caught on that. Oh, you know what? I didn't even check. Did that pick up the chests in there? You know what? Let's go through the top because that's how we went in there before and we saw the chests, right? Let's go down here. Where were the chests? Do we see any chests in here? That's the question. I see that it left like these logs here. And also I was noticing on the surface, it didn't take down any of the trees. All right. Yeah, you know what? I think I didn't see any chests in there and I only see wood. Yeah, look at this. Like the trees were left untouched and I want to say I'm pretty sure that the Ender Quarry used to turn the trees into dirt. Maybe I'm thinking mushrooms, like the giant mushroom blocks. Yeah, I don't know if it ever mined out trees now that I'm thinking on it. But yeah, all the trees are left here and everything was turned to dirt, so that's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to clean all of this stuff up. There's no reason to leave it here. We're going to take this back to the overworld. Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot get any marble from the Twilight, it feels like. Yeah, quarry's finished. We'll go and pick all these up. I need to go get my ender markers over here. You know what? I'm going to be a good person. Not that it really matters. I'm the only person that's playing in this world, so don't need to clean it up. But Yeah, that's just the thing I do. I don't like leaving blocks like this when I place, things around. I like leaving the area all pristine and nice looking. All right, so let me go ahead and clean this up. We'll head over back to the base and check out what we got out of there besides, just the regular ores. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I set the quarry up back where we headed before, over here at our marker that says quarry. Yeah, so we did this section previously, the all grassy section in the desert. So I moved the markers, so we are going to the north and then over, and it's going to be like the same thing. It's just going to make this thing taller. All right, so that's what we're doing. Hopefully we'll get that marble that we are looking for pretty quickly, and I can finish up that build, or at least the aesthetic portion of the build. So yeah, I was just looking in the inventory panel a moment ago, and I thought we should sort this by item quantity, because if we're getting stuff from the Twilight, we're probably going to get one or two of these items. And yeah, look at that. We did get an uncrafting table here, which is really, really awesome. The transformation sapling, I think we got out of that spawner. Let's see, what else did we get? Oh, let's not scroll the thing. Yeah, we got thaumium stuff here, runic steel, peacock feather fan. I think that was in one of those chests, right? So we should be seeing something else out of those chests. I don't really remember what all was in there. What can you get from the Twilight that's like really, that's good? I don't know. Oh, look at this. We got some ore magnets. Okay, so that's cool. Twilight mangrove sapling. Okay, anyway. So we did get the uncrafting table. So I was thinking, what can we uncraft? I don't know. So and the thing I was looking at previously, if we go to Draconic Evolution here, we look at this mod. This mod has the Charm of Dislocation. Yeah, the Charm of Dislocation. It's also got the Enhanced Charm of Dislocation. This is the item that we used back on the Hermitcraft Feed the Beast server, the Feed the Beast Infinity server, to warp around. Yeah, so the recipe on this has been changed. Otherwise, I would have made it already. The Wyvern Core does require Thaumium, Mana Steel, Fluxed Electrum, and Vibrant Alloy. So we're going to need to get into Thaumcraft a little bit and Botania a little bit in order to do that. The Draconic Core isn't that bad, just a diamond, some gold, and this Draconium ingots. So yeah, I was thinking, how can we get this Thaumium stuff without, without getting into Thaumcraft? And I think doing the uncrafting table with this stuff might be the best way. Let's just search for Thaum. Okay, yeah, so we got a couple of Thaumium axes and a Thaumium hoe. So if we stick that in here, oh yeah, look at this. So it costs 3 levels, and then I think if we just click these items, it uses our XP. Hold on a second. I can't click it. No, why? Why can't I click it? Oh man, it shows the recipe here. It just won't let me uncraft it. I'm so sad right now. Dang it. Let's try something else. Maybe it's something specific to this. Let's try the Thaumium hoe. No, why? Okay, maybe Thaumcraft is restricted. Let's try uncrafting something else. What is something that we can uncraft? Maybe the auto disenchanter. So that costs 9 levels. We do not have the 9 levels. Let us get some levels here. Okay, so we got 10 levels. Let's see if we can do it. Nope. Uncrafting table does not let you uncraft stuff. For sure. Sad panda. Dang it. Okay. Well, I was hoping we'd be able to do like that Draconic Evolution stuff without having to jump into mods to get to that warping. But it looks like we are going to have to jump into the magic mods at some point when we get tired of actually flying and walking around to places. It'd be really nice just to have the Charm of Dislocation where you could just, scroll your mouse wheel or whatever, go to the end, click the button, and you're there. Or go to the Twilight, click the button to your quarry, and you're there. Ding it. So, Charm of Dislocation, that's like one way. Like, you can only bind it to one location. The enhanced one, this is the one where you can set multiple. And I haven't even looked at this recipe. Oh, charged draconium block. Okay, Ender Core, which isn't that bad, really. Awakened Core, Void Metal, bedrockium. Oh, that would be a sticking point right there. Iridium and terrasteel. What? And awakened. Okay, so we're gonna have to fight the dragon again, or do the ritual kind of a thing. How do you get bedrockium? Right. So we need Mox nuclear fuel, which is plutonium and uranium-238. Oh man, I wonder if we can scan this and duplicate that with UU matter, because that'll be really awesome. In fact, if we could do that with all of these, that'd be really awesome. Those are things I'm gonna have to look at. So yeah, guys, we're over here at the quarry. I was just checking it out and seeing what we got as far as stuff. As far as stuff is concerned here, there we go. I can click on it. Yeah, we got 2 marble already, so we're almost there. Not really. We gotta get like, I don't know, 10 or 20 more stacks of this stuff before we can finish that build. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and camp this. What I would like to do is get the rest of the materials that we don't have set up in those the storage drawers with the dime or the emerald upgrades on it. I would like to get those all hooked up so we can like just dump everything into our storage system there. The stone I have set with a void upgrade, so it's got the emerald upgrade, so it can do 13 times more than the normal quantity, but then it's got a void upgrade, so anything else that gets dumped in there just gets deleted. So we can just keep pumping stone in there all day long and we're not going to fill it up. So I'd like to get that kind of thing set up for all these different block types like the andesite, diorite, and granite. Get all of those hooked up there with the void upgrade. And yeah, then we'd just be able to pipe everything into our ender chest. But for right now, I'm just kind of manually filtering the stuff, seeing what we get. And then we will eventually have this all hooked up to be good to go. But yeah, guys, I think we're going to wrap the episode up here for today. Oh man, that build over there, that was pretty big. It's going to be really epic once that thing is finished. I'm super excited to have a better power system online, at least for a little while until we get something bigger and better, because that is what this mod pack is all about. Just baby steps until you get to the next tier. But yeah, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.